The first thing that he talked about was in January of 2019, he made a commitment to prioritize his YouTube channel.
I kind of came to this pivotal point and I realized that I'm like, okay, Hyram, you can't be half and half between these two projects. You know, you either have to be fully in one or fully in the other. And I decided in that moment, even though YouTube was making me like $20 a month,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to focus more on YouTube and I'm going to see where this goes and I'm going to set everything else to the side.
And at that point, he went from posting inconsistently to posting at least twice a week. And it was a mental shift for him. And I think this is so important for all YouTube creators. YouTube takes a level of commitment that doesn't allow it to be just a hobby. You have to make the mental switch that you are prioritizing your channel. For Hyram, that mental shift was huge because he was at 2,000 subscribers and he said, I think he had been on YouTube for a couple years at that point, not making a priority. And then when he made that mental switch, he began that process of creating content that eventually led to his videos going viral. So that's number one. Number two is being innovative.
I decided to be a lot more innovative in my approach to the videos I created. I think a misconception within the community is like, if you just, upload consistently on YouTube, you'll be successful no matter what. And I think it's only true if you're constantly redefining your content, constantly trying to find new innovative ways, constantly trying to be different from all the content that everyone out there has, really, really be different. I think when you pair those two together, absolutely.
It's not just a matter of being consistent. It's a matter of consistently creating content that's different.
It breaks my heart seeing so many small creators who truly believe that if they're just consistent, they will blow up on YouTube. But I see them creating the exact same content as everyone else. They're not changing up their content strategies. They're doing the same thing. And the unfortunate reality for most of those people is that they won't ever see significant growth because they aren't willing to take risks and do different things.
Number three reason why Hyram has been so successful is because he provides a lot of information in his videos. But the reason why his videos are so popular is not just because there's a ton of information being thrown at the viewer, is because they're entertaining as well. And for YouTube, the marriage between information and entertainment is crucial. Obviously, the people come to the videos for the information, but they stay and they watch because it's entertaining.
My strategy was just to take more complex information and try to make it as easy to consume and as entertaining as possible. And I think within every single space on YouTube, there's opportunity for that.
That's the key with YouTube, is that you have to be constantly accumulating watch time. But the only way you're going to accumulate watch time is if people are entertained and they stay watching. The next reason why Hyram has seen such incredible success is because he is very niche. I asked him, what is the biggest piece of advice that you can give somebody that wants to grow on YouTube?
Find a niche. Find a specific topic that you can become completely dedicated to creating content about. I don't think it's good now, at least, to spread yourself thin among so many different types of content and topics, as it's very difficult to grow that way. Find a very specific niche.
And he himself has followed suit. His channel is specifically about skincare. It's about demystifying skincare and really going into the ingredients and going through and sharing with people what they should look for and what they shouldn't in regards to skincare. So he has that specific niche. He doesn't really stray from that niche on his channels. His viewers know what to expect. Niching down is so important on YouTube. The next thing that Hyram has done is be very, very consistent and upload a lot of content. So he said that when he made that commitment to his channel, January of 2019, to basically go all in on YouTube, he started out with uploading 2 videos a week, and then that went to 3 videos, and then that went to 4 videos. And then he said at this point he kind of goes back and forth, sometimes has 2, sometimes has 3. So he is constantly uploading and creating content. To grow a YouTube channel And to see traction on YouTube, you have to put in the work. For Hyram, he saw that momentum on his channel. He was uploading, one went viral. He uploaded again, it went viral. And he continued to churn out content after content. And that is the reality of YouTube creators when they take off. It's just a grind, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because ultimately you will be at a point where you have amassed this huge audience. And I think that's really the goal for everybody. The next thing is that has contributed to his success is leveraging trends and popular topics. For Hyram, he had talked about how he took the idea of other industries on YouTube and applied it to his own channel. He said that Brad Mondo had done these reaction videos and he hadn't really seen it on skincare yet. And so he's like, you know what, I'm going to try that for skincare. And he said that was one of the first videos that went viral on his channel, is when he took this popular type of video and he put it on his channel. Now I feel like so many people are doing reaction videos, but they still do really well. I mean, reaction videos do very, very well. And at this point, he reacts to so many different things, and those are some of his most popular videos on his channel. It's really paid off for him. And also that has to do with brands that he talks about. He talks about, you know, popular skincare brands that are coming out, or, you know, he came out with a video on Fenty Skin that did well. So for him, he's constantly talking about topics that are related to his niche of skincare, but that are also popular beyond that, like using those celebrities, using popular skincare brands. And that has definitely contributed to his success on his channel. The next thing that he's done, which I think is absolutely incredible and inspiring, and should be inspiring for anybody watching this, is the fact that for Hyram, he didn't allow things to get in his way. So he didn't allow technology to get in his way. For him, he still films his videos at 3.5 million subscribers on his cell phone. I mean, how incredible is that? To still be using your cell phone. I know so many people think that, oh, I have to spend all this money on expensive equipment, and you just don't.
There are multiple reasons why I still film with my phone. The main one being laziness, because I've just gotten into such a habit of like, using my phone, and it's so easy to do, and it's just really nice. And I think, you know, I never have to worry about like, oh my gosh, the battery died, and like, oh, the audio wasn't recording, and all this kind of stuff, you know. But in addition to that, like, one thing I saw with so many people who were starting their channels is that they're just like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel so bad. And I talk to them, I'd be like, do it, start one, like, start right now, go film a video. And they're just like, oh, well, I need the equipment and everything. And I would always just be like, I film with my phone. Like, I literally film with my phone. And it's so funny to see people's faces now when I tell them that, when they say like, oh, like, you know, it's so cool you have a YouTube channel, I really want to start one too, I just need a camera. And I tell them like, I film with my phone. And there's like this disbelief, and I kind of watch them kind of squirm with their uncomfort of realizing that their hesitancy to start a YouTube channel is not about having a nice camera.
Exactly.
It's about, you know, other hesitations.
The next thing that Hyram has done that has contributed to his success is he went viral when it made the most sense for him and his channel. People binge watched his videos, and that one viral video resulted in a huge avalanche of views on his channel because people discovered him by that one video, but they fell in love with him by binge watching the rest of his videos.
This is why YouTube is really all about short-term investment for long-term reward, and why you really have to just work your butt off in the for a few years before it usually pays off. Because one common theme that I would see on my comment sections was the saying that like, I've binged so many of your videos are so bingeable. And the thing is, I realize this now, I had to create a foundation of content for people to be able to go back and just watch one after the other in order for me to grow so rapidly. If I had started growing really quickly at the beginning, it just wouldn't have been possible, because I didn't have the backlog of content available that people hadn't discovered yet.
So for Hyram, that was really, really pivotal in his growth. He said at one point, there was a point where he grew like 600,000 subscribers in 1 month. And he said it wasn't just one video. He's like, it was a couple videos videos that did well, but it was just this overall ecosystem of people coming to his channel, YouTube recommending it, and just watching it and binging. And that goes back to this entertainment factor, is that people watch his channel, they subscribed, and then because he is entertaining in his videos and he's giving really good information, people watched. You know, he probably accumulated a ton of watch time, so YouTube is constantly pushing out his videos on the homepage, on recommended, or when anybody searches, right? He's everywhere. It resulted in tremendous growth in a short amount of time. And then the last thing, and I think this is the most important, is authenticity. And Hyram talked about this again and again and again throughout my interview with him.
One thing that I saw with a lot of up and coming content creators, or just smaller content creators, is, you know, they wanted to match the success of the people that they were watching. So they started mirroring the behavior of the people that they were watching. And for me, I had realized I had done it a little bit in, you know, my getting comfortable with YouTube. But one primary way I started taking it seriously was that I recognized, like, I have to be completely different. Well, I have to first be completely authentic. And I saw how a lot of beauty YouTubers were just, you know, perfect lighting, perfect backdrop with a candle, and like, you know, like amazing swatches, speaking so professionally and looking amazing all the time. And I'm just like, that's not my personality. First of all, I'm way too lazy for that. But second of all, like, I'm not going to like pretend to be this very professional and eloquent YouTuber, when in reality, I'm someone who is all over the place. I'm random. I cuss a lot. I make weird jokes. I love making weird faces. You know, there's all these things. And so I realized right away, like, okay, first I have to just be completely authentic.
And the other part of that is that he has to be authentic in regards to his true feelings and thoughts, to how he feels about these products.
With my brand reviews, I found that a lot of brand reviews were very, you know, positive, because a lot of creators are wanting to be very PR friendly, which I understand. But when I started creating my brand videos, I was like, look, I have to be honest about how I feel about these products and what I don't like. And I realized very early on, okay, I will never get PR and I will never get a sponsorship ever, but that's okay, because I want to be brutally honest.
And I do think a lot of creators can get lost in this idea of being on a PR list. I know so many people are like, how can I get onto PR list? If you build an audience, the brands will come. And he said something that I loved at the beginning of the video.
Followers is the new currency. That's the biggest currency, I believe, currently, because there's just so many opportunities to, you know, build a future for yourself with a following.
Followers are the new currency. Ultimately, success on YouTube boils down to getting a following of people that love you. And at that point, you can leverage that following and monetize it in so many different ways. And he says that even though he's truly brutally honest about skincare products, that he still has brands coming to him all day long, every day, because he's got over 3.5 million people that love him. And they love him because he's so authentic, because he's so truthful, because he's so honest and genuine with his followers. Authenticity has been his number one, and I truly believe that that really has contributed to his success on YouTube. So let me know in the comments below, were you inspired by the interview with Hyram? If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do check it out. Does this inspire you to maybe start your channel? Does this give you ideas that you can do with your existing channel? Let me know in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, because it helps the algorithm, and I will see you in the next interview.